So in this video, what I want to talk about is the importance of having a strong passphrase on your computer. And the reason why I think it's so important is that computers are getting more and more smarter each day, and the tools to like brute force or break into passwords have been getting more advanced over time. So just relying on a simple password with only like letters and numbers is actually not sufficient enough to be able to protect yourself and your privacy or anything that's within your account. That's what I want to recommend is trying to build a strong passphrase. So what is the difference between a password and a passphrase? So a password essentially is just having like a simple word, maybe like 8 characters long. It may have like a number on it, or it may have like one symbol or something like that. But usually those, like I mentioned before, can be easily guessed over time, especially if somebody wants to brute force into your account. It may take them like perhaps like a few days or a week, but if they really wanted to get in, they over time will be able to guess what it is just by using different algorithms in their software to be able to break in. And then a passphrase, essentially what a passphrase is that instead of just using a single word, you're actually almost building like a sentence or a statement, in addition to having like capital letters, numbers, and symbols, dashes, and so forth, to be able to be difficult to guess but easy for you to remember. So again, using a passphrase is what's going to allow you to be more secure online. So how do we make a passphrase? So a passphrase can just be like your own phrase that's going to be easy for you to remember and difficult for the algorithm or for others to guess. So it should be something that's unique to you, that's going to make it easy for you to remember. So in some sense, it's going to be a whole lot easier to remember that phrase than it would a password, because you can actually have fun with it. You can make it really unique and tailored towards your interests or whatever you're into, or things that will make you remember what your passphrase is. And you can even use like a hint. When you know how, like, if you make a password and you have like an option for a hint, you can write out a hint without giving away your passphrase to better remind yourself what it is. So some examples that I wrote down, I'll write it on the bottom of the video, would be, they're kind of just silly ones that I made up. Obviously, these aren't ones I use myself because, of course, I want to protect myself, and you guys should only use these as references and don't really use them for yourself either. But some examples that I kind of made up is one called "I love tacos forever." And you'll notice that it's mostly lowercase, just some capitalized words. It has a number and it has an exclamation point. So it kind of covers all the bases of what you want to do, but it also makes it easy for you to remember. You can also space it if you like. So if you want to space out the words, you can do that too. So you essentially have like a lot to work with and to try to be creative with your own passphrases. So another example that I have is video games are 100% hype, and my wife is 100% sexy. As you'll notice, the S in sexy is a $, and then you have another exclamation point on there as well. But the other thing that I want to mention, in addition to having passphrases, is that there are a lot of there are a lot of password managers that you can use to build and have randomly generated passwords. The one that I use is the one that's built in on Apple. They have like their own password manager system, and it's actually really convenient that after I create my passphrase for my Apple ID account, any new password that I need to generate will be done so automatically, so I don't actually need to remember all of the different passwords to all the different accounts. And it makes it convenient that if one of those passwords is ever leaked on a security breach, or like a hacker got in and leaked the information, I can actually change that and not have my other accounts affected, because each account has a different password implemented in there. And you can very quickly change it. So if you need to change the password, you can just have the password manager generate a new password, and again, it's really secure, it's random, but it remembers, and your keychains within the password manager, it remembers for you the passwords that you need, and all you need to know is just to know your passphrase or whatever security that's asking through the password manager in order to verify that it's you, and then they'll show you the passwords that you need in order to get in. So there are a lot of other third-party managers softwares out there. I haven't used any of them firsthand, but I'm sure if you were to look online through like review websites or on YouTube, there are a lot of my fellow YouTube neighbors that can recommend other password manager software. And essentially the only other thing I want to mention is that after you do all of those steps that I mentioned, it is recommended and ideal to use to have a two-factor authentication service. So a lot of these websites nowadays offer that. And essentially what that means is that if you have a second means to verify that it's you, like your email or your cell phone number, like they'll send an email or a text to you, that will allow you to verify that it's actually you. So that way, if a hacker got your password and then they were attempting to log in, the password or passphrase will no longer be enough. They need to have it verified through you, and then you'll get an alert saying, hey, is this you trying to sign in? And if it is, you verify it through like a unique code or whatever method that they send. Or if it's not you, then now you know that your password was leaked, and now you have to go and change it. So whenever you have like a website, like your banking website, social media, or whatever platform you're using, if they offer two-factor authentication, I would highly encourage everyone to sign in on that. So that way your information stays yours and nobody can just easily get in through a password. And the reason why I wanted to mention it is because I do have a concern for others. I don't want people's information getting stolen, like, credit card information, personal information getting leaked, like your address and so forth. I know that not everything is bulletproof and sometimes it can still happen, but if we can at least mitigate the odds of you not being harmed by others, then I just want to bring awareness to that for those that don't know about methods in securing your information. But I just wanted to share that. I'm sure that most of you are very tech savvy and you probably already know this and it's just review. But I just wanted to share it anyway, just to show the importance of it and to spread awareness so that way we can all protect our information and be safe out there. But yeah, essentially that's it. So the only thing I wanted to preface is that I started using passphrases about a year now, and it actually made it so much easier for me to remember my information and my logins for my master passphrase, so that way I can just get into my password managers and rely on that to have those informations randomly generated. But yeah, just in closing, I just wanted to just mention that and preface that. If there's any other recommendations that you guys can make to better secure your accounts, please leave it in the comments so that way others, and myself included, can kind of learn and be more safe out there on the internet. So thank you so much for stopping by. Just know that you are loved and I love you, and I hope that you one day reach your hopes and dreams and your goals, and I hope that I do so too. And I wish you guys nothing but the best, and I'll see you again in the next video. All right, take care, everyone.